Hola, yo soy Lorax. Yo hablo por los árboles. Today we're going to be talking about preservation. I say preservation because when I was at Iguazu in Argentina, um, that kind of resonated to me, and made me reflect on everywhere that I went. Everywhere I went, there are people who are actively trying to preserve the environment, preserve the land that they are a part of, because we're all part of, this one world, this one planet. And in Iguazu, I saw a lot of destruction, but also active paths to preservation. So the destruction part was, obviously from humans. We are the problem. And again, I really want to stress that we are also the solution. A little story is that, when I was walking in Iguazu, there's a lot of people, and you can buy a lot of single use wasted things, food, plastic bottles, and things like this. There was an old man, and he finished, his bottle of plastic, liquid of something or other, and all he did was he literally just closed it and threw it on like right off the pathway. So and it I just all I did was yell, and I said, really, like, please don't do this. Like, Iguazu is one of the seven wonders of the world, and every little action, whether you're in one of the wonders of the world or in your own backyard, it makes a huge impact. Whether it's a bottle, it's a napkin, or even a cigarette. Be the change. Whether you're old or whether you're young, man, be a model. Be the model of, excellence and preservation and love of the planet. I just want to say, don't feed wild animals. Please stop feeding wild animals. It's not cool. Okay? Don't do it for a video. Don't do it for a picture. Don't do it for Instagram or that Facebook like. It's not cool. It's just not cool. It hurts the animals as well as, the natural flow of the environment. Let them fend for themselves. They're wild animals. They can deal with it. It's okay. And it's not cool for you to just be like, no, stop. Stop. Just stop. Okay? Please don't feed wild animals. The Iguazu trails, it really kind of opened my eyes to that, because as soon as I went there, there's, metal pathways that you walk on to get to all these waterfalls. And at first I was like, ew, I don't like this. I want like path with ground and, grass and stuff like that. But then I thought, these pathways, one, help people get to where they want to go, like the big waterfalls like Gargantua and all of these things. But it also helps preserve the land. People aren't walking all over it and throwing their crap, hopefully, usually, over, like on the ground, or, cigarettes on the ground. So at least there's some kind of active, proactive measures that are being taken to at least preserve, the natural flow of these rivers. And so it kept peoples on the path so we could see nature and not impact the natural environment as much. The waterfalls, oh my gosh, the waterfalls of Iguazu were absolutely breathtaking. The natural formation, being able to, witness all of this change happening and all this growth happening just right before my very eyes, just looking at a rock and looking at the moss on the rock and seeing that this happened over time. And that is exactly what, Iguazu and, all these different like sanctuaries and all these like and ecological tours that, we go on. That's what they stress: preservation of just this beauty that we have all around us. And I really just have to say, being, in a place where it's just mesmerizing to just be in nature, having no phone, it was amazing. It was so freeing. Learning the impact of being connected to the now, being on airplane mode more. I have a phone now, but it's great to just be like, instead of like saying, oh crap, I forgot my phone, just being like, oh yes, I forgot my just not being connected to like be connected here, be connected to the present. Being connected to whoever you are around, and even if you're not with somebody, hear the sounds, breathe the air, and just soak it all in. It's just great to just be connected to the present moment and not be connected to somewhere else, in your brain or anywhere. Everywhere I looked in Iguazu, I saw nature. It was just beautiful. And I also was able to go to Parque de Aves as well as the Brazil side of Iguazu too. And man, if there's anything that being at the wildlife sanctuary there as well as in Australia and, working with Maori tribesmen in New Zealand, it was just nature doesn't need us. We need nature. And that's not the other way around. And we need to teach that. And we need to teach children and teach adults and teach anyone who's willing to learn that when you teach to the heart, you get to teach the mind and you get to exercise your mind, and being able to be free and full of life and all of that is just, that's what is what matters. So I have 2 writing journal pages that I'd like to share with you. The first one kind of goes back to the whole being disconnected and not having a phone. It's just great to, obviously, yeah, it's great to take pictures of things. I mean, obviously, I was one of the people who took pictures and videos of one of the 7 wonders of the world. Obviously, I'm not going to be there all the time, so that's okay. It's okay to take pictures. It's okay to take photos and things like that. But being connected to this and looking down instead of looking up at the stars, looking up at the sky and the clouds and the rain that's falling down on you and the trees, being connected to that instead of being connected to whoever you're talking to on your phone or whoever, whoever, liked your most recent picture. That's what is most important, for you in your life and you as, in your development, and as well as me. So my first writing journal page is me right here, and then obviously the Lorax because it's the Lorax, and it says, who needs a plug when you're already connected? And so, realizing this, it helps me go into my higher power, my rooted power, that looking up at the stars, looking up at the trees, and, speaking for them as well, just like the Lorax does. And my next one is inspired by a quote that I saw at Parque de Aves. They had a dedication to the Tree of Life, which in Greek mythology, basically says, nature doesn't need us. We need nature. We don't need stuff. We don't need smog. We don't need gluppity glup schlup. Those are the things that we need to get rid of in the world in order to have more of this, in order to have more monkeys, more birds, more turtles, less plastic, less plastic, everything. It's okay to have your everyday way of life, but also just be conscious, be aware of your actions, because your actions, my actions, they all have a huge direct impact on the planet. So, keep that light off. Turn that water off when you're brushing your teeth. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Just be aware of your actions, and then that'll create some great change. So, thank you for everything, and thank you for watching, and thank you for continuing to watch. The adventure is not over. It's time to save the world. Let's get ready.